Respect real Archangel name. I do not like to portray the Archangel Michael as a negative character in the film. Thumbs down, thumbs down. Respect the religion. Do not touch the real angel. You could have create a character or something. Angry face. The most stupid off-the-wall film ever. This film had to be the most stupid, slow, off-the-wall film ever. I am a filmmaker. And I would shoot myself before I would make this film. The biblical information in the film is not even close to any real-life event. This film has not even one shred of realism to it. I have a degree to Bible studies. And to me, the film is just a pure joke. Reeves cannot act, and he makes the film even more stupid. I want my $6 back for even going to see this film. Don't even bother unless you want to sit through 2 hours and 15 minutes of pure torture. Please, let's come up with some good films and stop making crap. Just like remaking The House of Wax. I mean, come on, people. Remakes of films only kill them. Thanks. Okay, if you can ignore the racist way it preys on xenophobic fears. Warning, spoilers. This would be a good movie, except that the backdrop of the story is that the Antichrist/devil is literally incarnated as an illegal Mexican immigrant who carjacks a white businessman shortly after crossing the border. And the protagonist is trying to purify this intrusion, threatening the sanctity of the United States. Imagine being a Mexican immigrant watching this movie. Where's the love? It's embarrassing. It took me half an hour to turn this boring, ill-conceived mess off. The characters were unlikable. The plot was ridiculous. The actors went through the motions and collected their paychecks. This was awful. Boring. Warning, spoilers. This was really dumb. There's this boring guy from The Matrix who smokes. The movie's all about him. Shia LaBeouf is the cutest sidekick ever, even though he cut his hair. The other guy makes Shia do all kinds of stuff, like he's a slave or something. Wherever they are is probably real cold, because the guy from The Matrix decides that his superpower will be how he can drop by hell whenever he wants just by taking a bath with his clothes on. Not that you want to see him naked anyway. Spoiler. Then there's this ugly angel who's wearing bad neckties and suits. The Matrix guy is so dumb he doesn't even realize that in heaven nobody wears suits. So he hangs around his bathtub and keeps smoking some more until he gets to meet the devil who's kinda mean to him. The only movie I ever walked out of. I'm in my 60s and have seen literally hundreds of movies in theaters, and this fiasco was the only one I ever walked out of. I don't even remember the film all these years later, but I do remember I was incredibly bored by this turkey. I am not a Keanu hater. Love Speed and River's Edge. What is this thing? Warning, spoilers. Constantine is a piece of crap. This movie blows ass. It's practically unwatchable. Special effects are okay, but who cares when nothing makes sense? What's up with the guy who plays the devil? What a loser. Why is there so much boiling water in this movie? What's the story with the final scene taking place in a swimming pool? Was this filmed in a YMCA? And who the fuck was the little turd who played Keanu Reeves' companion? Hopefully he'll never get another role after this. If Constantine comes on TV and your choice is staring at the wall, just keep staring. Very cool, boring crap. This movie was cool, as in it had cool effects and like pretty neat characters and stuff. However, the movie was crap. A big pile of stinking dung. The story is confusing and opposes beliefs, and it's just a big mess. The acting was decent. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It's not Keanu's worst. Most of the movie just kind of dragged on about the things to come, and like it was really boring with a few action, fun sequences. Then at the end, they just pack so much stuff at once. It's just filled with so many events and is overall a messy confusion. So yeah, the movie has cool events, but the whole overall thing is just badly put together. This movie is blasphemous and offensive. 1. This movie is blasphemous. 2. This movie directly attacks angels of Christian and Muslims. 3. Meaning it offended most of the people on earth. Smiley face. I give this movie 0 out of 10. Say, who is an enemy to Gabriel. For he it who hath revealed to thy heart by God's leave, confirming that which was revealed before it, and a guidance and glad tidings to believers. 98. Who is an enemy to God, and his angels, and his messengers, and Gabriel and Michael. Then, lo, God himself is an enemy to the disbelievers. Quran 2, 97 through 98. I don't like violence. I really think that this film is not so good. I don't like it. I think it don't bring me good feelings. It scares me. It makes me think of stupid things. I'm not sure that hell looks exactly like that place is described in the movie. Hell is everything you don't like or support. I really don't think it's a place. It's a circle of scary feelings that makes us less sure of ourselves, and it tortures us in that way and start feeling a real bad pain. I think like that. It could be different. Who knows? But don't see the movie. It's nothing but a repulsive film filled with bad scenes of violence. Rather be in hell than sit through this again. Super dumb Keanu Reeves horror film lacks the mind-bending fun of the Matrix movies and has instead a lackluster core that makes this film as hollow as a helium balloon. Keanu gives a very tired and unsparing performance that does drag the movie down most of the time, and the script lacks a voice. The second half of the film manages to go against what the first half establishes, and the last 30 minutes absolutely makes no sense whatsoever because it has a certain revelation that makes no sense whatsoever and leave you wondering on what the hell just happened. The rest of the cast is solid with great performances by Rachel Weisz, Jimon Hounsou, and Peter Stormare, which the film does not expand on and the script does not give more time to because it only wants to focus its energies on Keanu's bad attitude than the real actors that are in the film. What a shame. Yes, the movie is that bad. Lousy and extremely moronic, Keanu Reeves' Sinker is as dumb as they come. Keanu is awful in this role and his performance is a real joke, and most of the movie is as bad as he is. The only actor who gives a good performance is Rachel Weisz, and she is really giving her all to this film, but she's let down by a script that is really badly written and a cast that does not rise above the horrible writing. I think the movie would have been better off, like many suggested before, with her as the lead, and it would have worked better if that was the case, but it's not, and we have this film. A special nod does go to Peter Stormare and Jimon Hounsou for at least trying to do their best with their lousy characters, but neither of them are in the movie very much. Not much to celebrate now, isn't it? Here's a bonus one. It's kind of long, so if you want to leave, you definitely should. But if you're not tired of listening to my voice, here it goes. Constipated scenes. I just came back from watching this film and felt like the fat comic guy on The Simpsons, going straight to the internet and posting how it is. Worst comic book movie ever. It rates up there with Spawn. Anyone remember that movie? Yeah, what an embarrassment that was. Same goes here. Reeves seemed like he was being forced to make this film and really didn't want to be in it. Like his mom was on the set telling him, "You better do it or else, young man." His performance was less than The Matrix, and it seemed incredibly long. I found myself wondering what time it was during the film. I like Reeves, just not in this movie. His performance was a 1 out of 10. Gavin Rossdale, singer of Bush and married to G. Stefani, not anymore, seemed like he was really into it and gave it a lot. I found that Rossdale, with Wise's great performance, helped aid this film, but not even they could save the film from becoming a blazing inferno of syrupy boredom. I think someone at some point told the writer that he could write, and he believed it. That someone should have been honest with him. You suck, dude. Try harder. The movie itself seemed to, how can I describe this in one word? Peace-y, if that counts as a word. It seemed the director kept tripping over a wire while trying to balance champagne glasses and forgot this little thing called suspension of disbelief, which is where the audience tends to fall into the movie and stick with it all the way through. The second you get snapped out of this suspension of disbelief, you find yourself in a theater with a bunch of people you don't know. It's hard to get back in, and, sad to say, your efforts to do this in this film pretty much go throughout the entire film. I think I remember people leaving. Could have been better. Waste of a film like Spawn and any Olsen twin movie, and the angel Gabriel looks like a cross-dresser. It almost reminded me of a religious Men in Black, with Chuck E. Cheese special effects in some parts. Wherever they are is probably real cold because the guy from the Matrix decides that his power will be how he can drop by hell whenever he. I'll do it again. Wherever they are is probably real cold because the guy from the Matrix decides that his power. Do it again. Wherever they are is probably real cold because the guy from the Matrix decides that his superpower will. Wherever they are is probably real cold because the guy from the Matrix decides that his superpower will be how he can drop by hell whenever. Fuck.